Hello everyone and welcome back to the blog binging blog ASMR. Today we will be studying some critical approaches to literature. There are a number of critical approaches to literature. However, only a couple of them are the most used ones by critics. The most popular one, and the one we will be studying today on our case study of One Last Summer by Victoria Connelly, is the biographical critical approach, and this one is centered on the author's work and life, and more precisely how the author's life has influenced his work. The second most popular one, in no particular order, is the Deconstructionist method of criticism. This one, as opposed to the formalist method, which we will be discussing later, suggests that language cannot represent reality. And it usually means that the language used by the author can be used to deconstruct the book's reality in tiny bits. The third method, opposite of the deconstructionist method, is the formalist method of criticism, and this one focuses on the form of the text, more precisely the word's style and structure, and the way it influences the content of the text. The fourth method of criticism, and the one that's been gaining popularity as of late, is the gender criticism, which focuses on the sexual identity of the reader and of the creator. I think new ground can be tread on this particular method of criticism following the newest research in gender studies. Historical criticism is another method linked to the biographical criticism, as it focuses on the cultural context of the author's life and the way his milieu has influenced his work and his contemporary public. The mythological approach to criticism focuses more on common myths and symbols that underline most of the world's literature from various cultures, and also it finds its roots in archetypology, another type of literary criticism. The psychological criticism does what it says on the tin. It analyzes the text from a psychological perspective and the author trying to find meaning in the final story through psychological mechanisms. The reader responds type of criticism focuses on the reception of the text and sees reading as a creative process. In essence, it tries to figure out what does the reader make of the text through his own or her own analysis. Last but not least, the sociological approach to criticism analyzes the author and his relation with society. More precisely, the ways in which society influences his work and how his work might influence society. For today's case study, we will be focusing on the book One Last Summer by Victoria Connelly. This is a romantic comedy text, as she is a romantic author. And I have chosen this text after reading it for the Witchathon Readathon for my blog. Now, Victoria did mention that her text has been influenced by Leah Bracknell and her Facebook post upon finding out she's been dealing with a terminal disease. That being said, due to the fact that she does have a biographical section on her website, I did decide to analyze her text from a biographical perspective. Just to be clear, this is the book. Part of the diagram, and this is the author part of the diagram. For starters, Victoria mentioned that she enjoys writing books with happy endings. However, this book does not have a happy ending, so this goes into the author part of the diagram. Trying to find some common ground, I did find out that Victoria has been born in Norfolk, where one of the characters eventually decides to move. She did study Shakespeare's tragedies in uni, and this book is a tragedy, although she does try to give it silver lining. Her most popular book is titled Flight of Angels, and without giving too much away, I can mention that an angel plays an important role in the book. This book has also been made into a movie. Another popular book of hers is titled The Runaway Actress, and it has been nominated to the Romantic Comedy Novel Awards. And one of the characters in our book, Lisa, is an actress that ran away from her stage life due to being unable to secure any more jobs. And while her book, The Runaway Actress, focuses on an actress leaving Hollywood for the Highlands, this book focuses on the friendship between Lisa, the actress, and Harry and Audrey, which conveniently is set in the countryside. One of her other books is titled A Summer to Remember, surely foreshadowing this particular book, and it also focuses on escapist fiction, with a character running to the countryside just like our Harry does. Leah has also undertaken teacher training, which is what 3 out of the 4 main characters of this book have done. Going back to the characters, I must say that from what I read on Victoria's website, her, Audrey, and Lisa are not very much the same, and the only character that has been influenced by Victoria's life has been Harry, or Harriet. She does prefer being called Harry without the T in the book. Moreover, I doubt the fact that the author has any sort of experience with cancer. However, it does read like she did her research. According to her website, her passion lies more with historical buildings, which is one of, you guessed it, Harriet's passions. And if you would like to do some literary analysis of your own, you can analyze Audrey and Lisa following the character patterns we went through in our last video, and the link can now be found on the screen. In our videos, we will be going through all of those types of critical approaches one by one. Today, we have been doing the biographical approach. Next time, we will try to analyze a historical approach to the book I am reading, as it goes hand in hand with its biographical predecessor. I hope you enjoyed today's video and it has opened your curiosity for literary criticism